As dementia causes changes in the brain, it affects one's perception and experience of their environment and how one interacts with it. The physical environment can either support or create problems for persons living with dementia. Designing and building the physical environment to meet the needs of a person's cognitive and functional abilities, sensory changes, experiences, lifestyle patterns, and life history can yield positive outcomes. Consistent design decisions in indoor and outdoor settings, such as care facilities, residential areas, neighborhood, and public transport spaces, are important to support the well-being and quality of life of persons living with dementia. Let's look at the physical environment through the journey of a person living with dementia moving out of the house, using the transport system, and participating in meaningful activities in a center.
Hello everyone, I'm Alison. I'm a person living with dementia, and I have been living in Nee Soon for the past 20 years. Every morning, I will have my breakfast at home before leaving for the Dementia Daycare Center. In my estate, I can easily find my way home with the color zoning of the HDB blocks with easily distinguishable colors like red, blue, and green. The block numbers are large, clear, and easy to read. The reminiscence mural icons such as pineapple, fish, and rubber tree are related to Nee Soon South's heritage and history. I can relate to these familiar icons, making me feel more homely while walking around the neighborhood. There is also a location map, a clock at the town center, and wayfinding icons along pedestrian routes, which helps me navigate the area. These features made me feel empowered and independent to move around safely in the community. I also feel secure in my estate, where the paths are safe and there are benches around when I need to rest. The benches also come with light strips to ensure our safety, allowing us a clearer view of our surroundings. Besides the physical spaces, there are also social spaces in my neighborhood, such as Good Life by Montfort Care, NTUC Health, and Meet the People sessions in which I can be socially supported. I'm still mobile and like to use the public transport to move around. Woodlands MRT station is my favorite interchange that links the buses and MRT. I feel safe in Woodlands MRT station with clear directional cues and wayfinding aids. There are large wayfinding signages which allow me to find my bus and entrance to the bus interchange. There are also bright and colorful wayfinding fruit signages with easily recognizable fruit icons. Such icons help me to find my bus berth easier. I feel empowered because I can use the public transport system to move around independently. At the bus berth, I can board the bus first, as there are priority queue zones for seniors. I feel safer and more secure in such an environment, as I need a seat, and sometimes I need more time to find a seat. Within the hub, there are many accessible maps to guide me if I need help. The maps are very helpful with good color contrast and backlight that makes signs easier to read. Sometimes, I may be unable to use the maps and need to talk to someone. There is an accessible wheelchair counter of lower height that allows me to have an eye-to-eye conversation with the staff for consultation. This helps as it provided a human touch when we needed it. I've also seen a person in a wheelchair benefiting from the low counter, as he can now see the staff behind the counter. I may get overstimulated by the environment or noise. If I need personal space or a quiet environment, I can also approach the staff who can bring me to a commuter care room, specially reserved for persons living with dementia like myself. I also attend the St. Luke's Elder Care Day Center, where I made many friends with other persons living with dementia and the care staff. The center makes me feel like I'm at home. The design and decoration of the center look like my home, with a soothing warm wood tones. My friends like to talk about their hobbies and past experiences with some of the decorative items like a traditional pushcart design basin area, a bird cage, and a fish tank. I love to socialize and talk to my friends. It makes me happy. There are a lot of activities in the center which I can choose from to be meaningfully engaged. For example, I can go to the community garden where I can plant my vegetables and bring them home. I feel so proud whenever I cook them for my family. In the center, auditory and sensory features such as wind chimes and colorful windmills provide sensory stimulation. Also, many items from our era such as traditional biscuit tins, calendars, and music allow me to reminisce memories with my friends. If I feel like being alone, no one will force me to join the activities. Instead, I can go to the quiet rooms if I need personal space and privacy. I usually feel better and calmer after a time out alone. They even have this old sewing machine here. There is also a camouflage door. Our interpretation of space is different, and we cannot see that it's a door. By doing that, the staff takes care of us, helping to ensure we don't go into rooms or spaces that may be unsafe for us. They are so clever, aren't they?
We have shared some examples of how dementia-friendly design can be creatively incorporated within different environments. Beyond featuring the designs, we also want to highlight that it is essential to adopt a person-centered care approach so that you can think through the enhancements from the user's perspective to better support their needs.